This week we get a little more technical as we demystify the home buyer's plan. Who is eligible, how do you opt in, how do you repay it, and more. So if you're planning on buying your first property, this is definitely the video for you. I'm glad to have you back on my channel this week for what I think is a very important topic these days, home ownership. I'm Henrick Mathieu, the Ottawa Frenchman, and if you are like me, you are also contemplating buying your first property, and like me, you probably don't have the 5% you need for your down payment on hand. Even worse, the home prices in Ottawa keep rising, probably faster than your savings. That's where the home buyer's plan comes into play. It's a program that allows you to withdraw funds from your RRSPs to buy or build a qualifying home. So let's start with the basics. What are RRSPs? Well, it's an acronym for Registered Retirement Savings Plan. This definition sounds mighty dry when you consider how they are the superheroes of modern retirement planning for Canadians. An RRSP is what's called a tax advantage account, meaning that the government created them specifically to provide a tax breaks to those who invest money in them. You can almost think as the RRSP as a Canadian revenue agency saying, you know what, don't pay us tax this year, pay it over in 40 years when you probably be paying less tax anyway. The government rarely works for you, so don't sleep on this. In this specific case, RRSPs are what's called tax deferred, meaning any money you contribute will be exempt from taxes the year you make the deposit and will only be taxed year down the line when you withdraw it. It's an amazing way to cut down a current year tax bill. Here's how our tax deferred account works. Let's say you make $70,000 a year and you decide to put the maximum allowable into your RRSP, which is $12,600. When tax day comes around, the CRA will treat you as though you earned just $57,400. Now, tax deferred doesn't mean tax-free, and you will eventually have to pay taxes when you withdraw your money years down the line. But by the time you do so, you'll be retired. Your income will almost certainly be smaller, and thus your tax rate will be lower than it is now. Because RRSPs are registered accounts, they're subject to certain rules. One of the most important rules concerns the amount of money you can contribute to the account in any given year. It's either 18% of your past year's income or a maximum amount, whichever is smallest. Okay guys, I want to keep this simple enough, but just know that there's more rules and regulation in regards to RRSPs, so it's always good to have a financial advisor take a look at our money once in a while. Now that we know how the RRSPs work, how do you use them to buy a home? Well, though they are often regarded as an impenetrable lockbox of retirement savings, the home buyer's plan provides one notable exception to that idea. It allows eligible first-time home buyers to withdraw up to $35,000 tax-free from their RRSP to be used towards the down payment on the purchase of the home. So you can take advantage of the tax deductions that RRSP contribution provide while saving money for your down payment on your home. The key word here is eligible. And to be eligible, there's a few conditions that you need to meet. First, you need to be considered a first-time buyer. And you are considered a first-time buyer if in the last 4 years you did not occupy a home that you owned or one that your current spouse or common law partner owned. Second, you must have a written agreement to buy or build a qualifying home. Third, you must be a resident of Canada when you withdraw funds from your RRSP up to the time a qualifying home is bought or built. And four, lastly, you must intend to occupy a qualifying home as your principal place of residence within 1 year after buying or building it. So if you check all of those, it's looking up for you. But of course it's not that simple, and there's a few more things you need to know. One of them is that if you buy the house with your wife, for example, she can use her RRSP as well for a combined amount of up to $70,000, which is a pretty substantial amount to help reduce your mortgage payments. One thing you must remember, because this is like a loan to yourself really, there are rules with great taxing implications you need to follow. You will have 15 years to repay the amount back into your RRSPs with no interest. And if you fail doing that, the taxman will knock at your door. Your repayment period starts the second year after the year when you first withdrew funds, and you can repay the full amount at any time. Another caveat to all of this, your RRSP contributions must stay in there for at least 90 days before you can withdraw them. So you need to take this into consideration as well if you're on a tight schedule. I know this might seem complicated, and actually it kind of is. If you're not 100% comfortable with this, I highly suggest you sit down with a professional to get an expert opinion on your situation. It will also facilitate things when you sit down with your lender down the road. And again, I made this just to give you the gist of it. Just know that there's a lot more to it than that. People with disabilities, divorcees, and people with other special considerations should seek out more information. This is not the end-all be-all video on the subject. So it all seems like a good deal, right? And it is, but If you don't absolutely need to use an RRSP, think again. Will the reduced mortgage be more beneficial to you than the current investment? Because that money is earning interest somewhere before you take it out. You also need to be able to repay it in time to avoid any taxation. And this could go into another full-length video, but since they're a heck of a lot more accessible than RRSPs, if you're pretty sure you're going to be buying your first house soon, a TFSA might be the wiser account for your needs. I'm not going to venture in this, but bring it up the next time you sit down with your financial planner. Buying your first home is a dream for most of us, and if you're watching this, it might be a dream within reach for you. I hope that this helps you get there faster, but one thing I am certain of is that there's a lot more videos on this channel that will help you on your journey to home ownership. And in a few seconds, you'll see some of them appear on the screen right here. I think you should definitely click on one of those. And if you enjoyed that video, by all means, subscribe to my channel, and if you hit that bell, you get a cute notification letting you know that I posted something new. And oh, there they are. Yeah. Just pick one. That one's good. That's good. That one's also good though. Yeah, or go on my channel. They're all there, but those two are good. Well, just